the final home game of this La Liga season. Let's hope we put on a good show, because obviously we did lose on Wednesday at Alves, which of course wasn't ideal, but things like that can happen, can't they? That can happen. And yeah, obviously we have the league wrapped up now. It's just a shame we can't get to 100 points anymore, but it is what it is. But yeah, pray for pride. And anything, we've got more than pride to play for tonight, because if you haven't seen the news earlier this week, Lewandowski has announced that he will be leaving the club at the end of the season, which obviously is this game, after this game and the next game. He will be moving on to pastures new, and of course this will be his final home game for the club, which of course I am sad about, but obviously he is getting on a bit, so it does make sense, like, overall, as to that he has to move on. I just hope that we can get a suitable replacement for him in the summer, whether that's like Alvarez or João Pedro, whoever it is. I just hope it's a suitable replacement. But yeah, let's hopefully put on a show here for Lewa. And he's pushing 50. I wouldn't go that far, come it all. Tuchel still Mike Howard doing. You know what? I might honestly be on the Tuchel out brigade because of soon, because apparently, I'm pretty sure the squad announcement for the World Cup gets announced next week. So if he calls up anyone crap, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna be fuming. I am gonna be foaming. Let's just say that. But he is not pushing 50. As to where Lewandowski would go, there's obviously rumours he could go to Saudi, could go to the MLS. I've heard Chicago Fire are very interested in him. There's even rumours of Italian clubs being interested, like Juventus, who are apparently interested in Lewa. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with him. But yeah, of course, it is going to be sad, the fact that this is going to be his last home game for playing for us. But yeah, I mean, before the match starts, I don't know why Premier Sports are still showing, oh, these are all the matches that are going to be happening before said match. Well, next week, the final games of the season. Come on. Can we get to the point? Dear me. What was I going to say? Of course, Lewandowski, it's just a shame we didn't win the Champions League with him here. But you got to remember, he joined us back when we were an absolute shambles. Like, we were a shambles. Like, we didn't really have like a proper leader in the attack anymore at that point. We didn't have like a star attacker at that point. Yeah, we had Depay, we had Aubameyang, we had Dembele, but he was obviously always in the hospital. So yeah, we had we never really had a proper leader, like a world-class player in those forward positions. And Lewandowski came in from a Bayern Munich team that had not long come off of winning the Champions League and pretty much everything there is to win for them. And yeah, he came to us. Of course, he's had his ups and downs. Of course, he has. Remember when he first came in, he was scoring goals for fun, and then obviously in the second half of the of that season, he dropped off a bit. And then of course in Xavi's last season at the club as the gaffer, his level did drop off as well. I feel like Xavi was asking a bit too much of that, or maybe he was asking him to drop in too deep, and yeah, it just didn't really suit Lewandowski's game. But then Hansi Flick came back to his best lower. Of course, last season he was absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, this season, of course, he's been more of the backup striker to Ferran. But yeah, either way, I hope we can give him a good send-off today. And you got to remember, Lewandowski was on our return to the Camp Nou this season, earlier on in the campaign. Oh, who was it against? I can't remember who it was against. Was it like Sevilla? But yeah, Lewandowski was the first player to score on our return at the Camp Nou. So he's already made himself a legend in that regard. 4 seasons at the club. Betis are giving us a guard of honour, of course. Much appreciated. Respect to Betis. I've got big respect for Betis, by the way. Big respect. What was I going to say? Of course, he came in as a beast, and of course he's going to leave as a legend. So gracias, Lower, and hopefully he can have an absolutely insane game to finish off. Finish off his final home game here for us. But yeah, I hope everybody else is doing well. Oh, there's some fan in the stands holding up like a little banner thing saying they're a legend. Oh, hey, that's a good shout as well. Normally Rafinha, because obviously he's in the starting 11, as you can see. Normally he would be the captain in this scenario, but instead he's decided to give it to Lewandowski, with it being his final home game. So this is more than a team. This is like a family. This is what you love to see. This is what you love to see. And his final home game for the club, Lewandowski's going to be El Capitano. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Like the crowd have definitely turned up tonight for Lewa. That is for sure. Looking at Betis' team, they're playing with Celso in a false nine. I'm surprised Commento hasn't said Anthony's going to have a masterclass yet. I'm a bit surprised by that. Juan Garcia obviously returns in goal for us. Cancelo back in at left back. Kabazi on the bench for this one is a bit interesting, but I suppose we're probably just going to try and rest as many as we can at this point. How is Fermin not in La Liga's team this season? It's just an absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace that he is not in the team of the season, Fermin, and also Rashford. Like, that's an even bigger disgrace. Absolutely disgusting behaviour. He has a masterclass every game. Yeah, of course he does. Of course that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course that. Well, to be honest, every time we play Betis, it seems to be a bit of a goal fest. Probably jinxed it now, saying that. Probably going to be a 0-0. You watch. Now that I've said that, it's going to be 0-0. Oh, God. Of course, every other La Liga game this weekend was played just before this, so we're the final game of the match week. So that's absolutely class from us. Listen, Real Betis are saving off the main event here. Absolute scenes. Yeah, the team's just a family. It's what you love to see. Hansi Flick has brought that like family sort of feel to the team, and you love to see it. What's going on here? Pedri getting an award. Oh, it's the players are getting awarded. The ones who have been in the team of the season are getting awarded with their little team of the season trophy things. Yeah, Miles in it. He's obviously out injured at the minute. Kabazi's got his little trophy thing as well. The boys. Fermin should have been in it though. So should have Rashford. Whatever. Screw EA for just wanting to put in Madrid players, even though they've had an absolute shocker. But whatever, we move. We move. Yes, there were. Let's get him a hat-trick tonight. Imagine the scenes in his final home game for us. He gets a hattie. With their captain's armband as well. It was meant to kick off like 5 minutes ago, but there's been a bit of a delay, clearly. It was meant to kick off 5 minutes ago, Mike, but obviously there's been a bit of a delay. Hey, there were. What a man. What a man. What a beast. What a beast. I mean, if I had to compare him and like Suarez, of course I will still say Suarez was the better one, but yeah, Lewandowski is still a legend in my eyes. But Vamos, let's give them a perfect send-off if we can. So what's the delay? It usually happens with in games in Spain. Oh my God, go on. When the ball had the pitch is lower. And the Fermin, go on, lower. Give it, oh, Nightan. Why'd you have to ruin the party? Could you imagine? There were scores in like the first few seconds of the game. Would have been absolute carnage. Let me tell you. Yeah, usually Spanish games, they do get delayed by like a few minutes or so compared to what they actually say the kickoff will be. It just happens. It just happens. Happens quite a bit, actually. I take it you'll be happy, Mike, with the result earlier. Well, to be fair, Commento, you'll be happy as well for United's win against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, you'll be happy, Mike, with the Sunderland win over Everton. It's saying that that Enzo the Fair whipped out a Spider-Man mask. Absolute scenes. Carnage whipping out the Spider-Man mask. He loves the Spider-Man. Absolutely loves it. Yeah, but huge respect to Rafinha for giving Lewandowski the captain's armband for his final home game for us. And Real Betis on the ball here, Junior Firpo, of course, one of the former Barca players that are among Betis' ranks. Of course, they also have Bellerin, like I already mentioned. Won ourselves a free kick here after their number 16, who's that? Gomez fouled Gavi. Do not be injuring Gavi. But yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, former Barca players and Betis ranks. Of course, they had Bellerin, but obviously he only spent like what, half a season with us, and then he went to Sporting Lisbon. So yeah, that was interesting. Then of course we got Abde. Well, they have Abde as well on the left wing. He was former Barca. There's even rumours of about Abde potentially coming back to the club in the summer. If that happened, that'd be pretty interesting. Superb win. Hey, to come back from 1-0 down was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Like Rafinha with a free kick whipped in. He's trying to find Noah, but cleared away. Could ping pong. Better stuff. Managed to get the ball and looking to drive forward. Abdi's trying to lead a counter attack. Took a deflection. I'll tell you what. I've been thinking about. I'd seen a video on Instagram the other day. I can't remember who the person was saying this, but yeah, they basically said that instead of going out to sign like a striker for insane amounts of money, why not just play Rafinha as a false nine? Because look what PSG do. They don't play with like an out-and-out striker, because they're Dembele plays in the striker position for them. Look how well they're doing. I mean, of course, we know Rafinha can score goals. Like, he's shown that last season. So why not, in this scenario, play Rafinha as the false nine, and then maybe sign a top-quality left winger? The problem is, which one will be out there that could be realistically achieved? Of course, we've been linked with like the likes of Rafael Leao before. I would love somebody like Kvaratskhelia, but that's just never going to happen, is it? But yeah, I mean, it's an option. I think it's definitely an option we should consider, but I feel like we're definitely going to go out for a proper striker by the looks of it. Eric Garcia backheels it for Pedri. Pedri Potter conducting the midfield. Over to Rafinha on the right-hand side. Rafinha in the box has the shot! Big save from the goalkeeper. Nearly falls for Firmin, but Amrabat manages to clear it away for Real Betis. So now Betis are on the counter-attack. Here's Anthony on the right-hand side. Whatever we do, Anthony cannot score. Because for those of you that have been here for quite a few years, you know I have beef with Anthony. You know I have. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. If you've been on the channel for a long time, you know me and Anthony have a bit of bad blood. Let's just put it like that. There's Koundé. Pedri. Thankfully managed to win the ball back while I was having that little rant about Anthony. Pedri tries to play through lower, but a bit too much of a heavy ball, and Valles manages to clear it away. Have I mentioned before that I've seen Betis, like, in real life? Like, I've seen them play in real life. Obviously not, like, I didn't see all their players play, like, the ones they have now, but I've seen quite a few of them. Anthony was a bellend. Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. Betis trying to make a chance here. Good defending there from Eric. But yeah, like I said before kickoff, these games against Real Betis always tend to be like high-scoring games. Especially since we've had Hansi Flick in charge. These games against Betis always seem to be like proper high-scoring. Absolutely crazy games we've had against Betis in recent times. Hopefully it's a bit more calm. Yeah, he did not have us on strings. He did nothing up until that goal. He did absolutely nothing. And he got fortunate because it just, like, every other one of your players was just having a shot and it was continuously getting blocked. And then it just perfectly falls to him. And you gotta remember, we had Ter Statue in goal. Go on, Cancelo. Good dribble. Oh, he just couldn't get the finish. Gavi nearly wins. Oh, no. Cancelo went on a very good dribble there from the left-back position. Came inside. None of the best defenders could get anywhere near him. But unfortunately, as he tries to pull the trigger, he just air kicks the ball. Yeah, that was almost a really good goal from Cancelo, but it's a shame about the air kick. It's a shame about the air kick. If we can keep Cancelo next season, I really hope we can, because he has been absolutely impressive since coming back. Go on, Firmin. If it's the challenges, Firmin with a shot! Straight at Valles. He was the best. I've got to be honest, Cometo, looking back, like, in hindsight, I was probably a bit, because I've got to be honest, like, I think I've said this last season when Chesney came in, when Chesney joined us last season. Chesney really did open my eyes as to how good a goalkeeper can be. And it really did prove that Ter Stegen was a massive liability. So obviously at the time I was going to say Ter Stegen was good, but in hindsight, he was a massive problem. Like, there's no denying that. I mean, I'm also obviously still going to have respect for Ter Stegen because obviously there was a period in time when he was the best keeper in the world. I'd probably say between when Claudio Bravo left and he became the #1 goalkeeper, which was like the 16-17 season, all the way to probably say at the end of the 18-19 season. In that extended run, from that time period, from the 16-17 season all the way till the end of the 18-19 season, I would honestly say Ter Stegen was up there for one of the best keepers in the world. And then after that, it just went downhill. It just went downhill. It's going to be interesting to see what actually happens with Ter Stegen in the summer, actually, because obviously he's going to come back to us from Girona. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Ter Stegen as we in the summer. Is he going to dig his heels in and just stay and get his paycheck, or is he actually going to want to go out somewhere? Knowing Ter Stegen, he'll probably just suck it up and dig his heels in. Even though Hansi Flick has made it clear several times that he is not in his plans. But whatever. Look, is Pellegrini doing his best Arteta impression? Just go on the pitch. Jesus. There's Gerard Martin. Marc Bernal. Hey, Marc Bernal and Pedri in a midfield duo is what you love to see. They just complement each other so well. Gavi over to Rafinha on the right. Rafinha up against Junior Firpo. Of course, them two used to play for Leeds together. Bernal dinked over for Rafinha. Rafinha tries to cross. It's massively overhit, but finds Firmin on the left-hand side. Firmin. There's a back off for Cancelo. Pedri. Good little piece of build-up here. Pedri. Recycle the possession. Gives it to Eric. Now Rafinha. Good bit of tiki-taka football here. I don't think we need the all-ears out at this point. That's a bit of... I mean, I know we've won La Liga, and I know we've kind of got nothing left to play for, but, like, let's just calm down on the all-ears, okay? Let's just calm down on the all-ears. Please, thank you. Let's calm down on the all-ears. I'm a bit surprised Rashford isn't starting tonight, because obviously, in our last home game against Madrid, he was exceptional. And to be fair, even on Wednesday night against Alaves, he was looking like our most likely player to score at times. Of course, had those two chances, but he probably should have done better with, especially the volley where he was completely unmarked. But yeah, it is what it is. I was expecting a performance like that anyway against Alaves because, yeah, we'd won the league. It was obviously been a very demanded season. So, yeah, I was expecting a bit of a drop-off performance like that. It's just a shame that we didn't win that because obviously now the 100 points dream is in the bin. But oh, this is what it is. Hopefully we can just end the season on a high. I mean, we already have won that Liga, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's just basically making sure that we just give that a good send off tonight, and then obviously the final game of the season next weekend up against Valencia. God, I can't believe it's the end of the season already. It feels like yesterday or the season started. I remember our first game of the season against Mallorca. We had to wear last season's third kit. That was safe to say that was mad. It wasn't even just that game as well. It was the second game that we played as well. We had our first 3 games of the season were away from home. Yeah, we had Mallorca away, Levante away, and then Vallecano away. The start of the season. And for two of those games, Mallorca and Levante, we had to wear last season's third kit because something to do with apparently all our kits this season clashed with Mallorca and Levante, which I just thought, well, fair enough with Mallorca, but Levante, I don't think that was the case whatsoever. I mean, with Levante away, we could have easily wore our gold away kit, but whatever. And we could have wore this one, the orange kit. It, whatever. Anyway, here's Furman. Dinks it over for Pedri, trying to make a good run at the box. He's overhit the pass, Furman, unfortunately. Furman's overhit the pass. I just realised again, the last time that the front three of, yeah, or actually, I was just about to say that, wonder why Ferran's not involved tonight. That's a bit of an interesting one. But, yeah, I was going to say the last time that the front three of, Lewa, Yamal, and Rafinha played for each other was when we stuffed Newcastle 7-2. Little did we know that at that time period, that would be the last ever time they played with each other as a trio. Like, that actually makes me sad, you know. You know how long ago that was as well when we beat Newcastle? God, that was a good few months ago now. So to think that that was the last time that trio played with each other is just mental. Absolutely crazy. Anyway, Joe Martino, pretty poor header. He's headed it straight to Anthony, I believe. Yep, Anthony, putting it through. Gotta be careful. Good clearance, Eric. Right place, right time from Eric Garcia. Good stuff from him. Here's Mark Banal. Koundé. You love to see it. Also, what do we think about Xabi Alonso being Chelsea's gaffer? What do we reckon about that? I think it's a very interesting appointment. I wonder if he'll actually get power there compared to, like, obviously, what previous managers have had. Yeah, it would be very interesting to see. Yeah, he's Firmin on the left-hand side. Taking on Hector Bellerin. He managed to recover well, Bellerin. Did have the head start as well, to be fair. He did have the head start as well, Hector Bellerin. This is off for Diorza. Win the ball back. Mark Bernal. Rafinha. In pretty central position. Gavi. Pedri. João Cancelo. Looking for an option. There's off for Rafinha. Tries to square it across the box. Low cross to find Lewandowski, but it was a bit behind him anyway. Managed to recycle the possession. João Martin. Pedri now, centrally. Dinks it across Lewandowski. He chests it down for Gavi. He can't control the ball, Gavi. It was an offside in the build-up anyway. Offside in the build-up anyway. Well, the official puts his flag up. The official puts his flag up. Yeah, that was offside in the build-up. He was offside in the build-up. He was offside in the build-up. I've got these sweets that I need to try, actually. These are Haribo sweets. I don't know what the taste of, but we're gonna do a sweet review. Let's do a cheeky sweet review. Right, here we go. Meh. They're kind of like a fruity rhubarb and custard. Here's Pedri. Junior Firpo intercepts it, finds Gavi though. Yeah, these sweets are like a really fruity rhubarb and custard. And Gavi. Koundé. Crossing it in. Oh, he tries to find Noah, but it gets cleared away. Only as far as Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez with the shot. Hits the side netting. That's good. Good build-up though. Causing Betis a lot of problems in their defence. Have another sample. We get proper samples, you know. Very unlucky that Fermin to hit the side net. Yeah, these are like a very fruity rhubarb and custard. 100% like a very fruity tasting rhubarb custard. Kind of sweet. 100%. 100%. %. Yeah, we're definitely dominating this game at the minute. Is Anthony playing? He is indeed. You are manually breathing. How we doing? Hope you're having a good day or night wherever you are in the world. You are manually breathing. Anthony is playing. He's on the right wing for Betis. He's on the right wing for Real Betis. So under. They are! But here's the thing, comment though. They've changed. They're more greasy now these days. But I've had them more recently, and they're quite greasy. They're still nice, but they're more greasy than what they used to be. Here's Rafinha! Get in the box, Rafinha! What a save from Baez. Oh, what a save. It was good little build up that as well. Nah, you're fine. You are manually breathing. I mean, a lot of people, I mean, I know on a phone screen or whatever you're watching it on, it can be hard to see the lineups. I mean, obviously for me, it's fine, because obviously I'm looking at my monitor. I have OBS on. Me streaming, well, yeah, me recording / streaming software. So yeah, obviously I can see it quite well, but obviously I know on a phone screen it'd be quite difficult. Rafinha whips in the corner, punched away by Baez. But yeah, here's the thing, comment about rhubarb custards. They're a lot more greasy these days compared to what they used to be, like, say, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, they were the goated sweet. But, like, now... I mean, they're still nice, but they're not, like, as good as they used to be, if you know what I mean. My brain just skipped it. Brain. Fair enough. Fair enough, your name just skipped its brain. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. No, the way I got the English shirt on to get the second 2+ items for free shipping. 2+ items? I only got 1 item. And then that was the shirt. I didn't get another item. I didn't get another item. I only got the actual shirt. Oh, do you mean like a name on the back or whatever? No, just leave it empty. If you mean like putting a name on the back or whatever, or shirt number, I just left it empty. Like, you know, it says like, do you want a player on the back? Or, like, put a player's name on, or put the number on. Just leave it blank. That's what I did, and obviously mine came and it was blank. So, yeah. Of course, the World Cup is literally right around the corner. It's like, what? It's on June the 11th? How much was shipping? It says it was free for me. I think it was, anyway. You get free shipping. Oh. Well, see, that deal wasn't around when I bought mine, so... I mean, if you can find another one, maybe there's an England home shirt you might want. If you maybe wanted the England home shirt, you could maybe, buy that as well, possibly. Anyway, Finland Lacrosse tries to find Gavi. But yeah, when you're buying the shirts, just leave them empty when it says, like, pick a shirt number or pick a player name or whatever. You were playing FM, bottled sober to the United vs PSG, win 3-2, bottled it 4-3, PSG started their second team, and once they got Dembele and Cavara, Neves on it was over. Damn. So they basically took you for granted, and then they decided, no, you know what, we're going to bring up the big boys. That is very unfortunate, you are manually breathing, but you win the next one. You win the next one, 100%. You will win the next one. You will 100% win the next one. Right, here's Mark Bernal. In just 10 minutes. What, you're back in the Champions League final in 10 minutes? Damn. That's insane. You're going to do that? Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Because I know on the website it makes it out as if you have to put, like, a player number or whatever. But you don't have to. You can just leave it empty. Just leave it empty. And then Bob's your uncle. Right, Finya. For now. Unless you want somebody on the back, but I didn't want anyone on the back. I'm a bit of an old man to have player names on the back of my shirts now. I'm a bit too old for that these days. A bit too old. Like Kunde. Look for an option. So there's the cross. There's it back to Rafinha. Eric. Got all the outfield players in a Betis' half, dominating the possession, of course. Mark Bernal in a Kunde. Nice little flick on to Rafinha. Rafinha up against Junior Firpo. Of course, like I mentioned earlier in the game, they're both former teammates. They used to play for each other at Leeds over in England. Them Lopez, João Cancelo, another that run. Oh, come off it, man. You took your sweet time to say that was offside. Jesus. Yeah, these are Haribo border bites. Yeah, they're like a fruity version of a rhubarb and custard. That's my review. That's my review. If anyone's actually interested in my review. On my review. Oh, we've got a big week coming up as well this week, guys. On all the channels. Of course, Monday will just be as usual. I'll have a video of F1 Manager on the gaming channel. Oh, hang on, Betis in behind here. So be careful. Put it back. Anthony. No, that's a good tackle. Abdir. Abdir's the shot and it's in. It's offside. It's offside. Oh. Anton's flags up. Abdir had put the ball in the back of the net, but it was offside. Well, it's been given offside. It's it. He's miles off. Just put your flag up. I understand when it's a tight offside, right? And they're like, they have to follow the protocol of like leaving the flag down or whatever. But when it's a situation like that, when the guy's miles off, just put your flag up. Like, it's so damn frustrating when that happens. Like, what if someone gets seriously injured as a result of it? I mean, that's actually happened before. Players have gotten seriously injured because of the fact that they've not put the flag up when they should have. Like, I'm thinking, who was that for Nottingham Forest that ruptured his like intestine or something? Was it a one-year? Yeah, but it was I think it was a one-year because they forgot they're not forgot, but they followed the protocol of not putting the flag up and letting the player go on, even if it's like blatantly offside. And because of it, a one-year ends up smashing him, like obviously colliding with the post quite hard, and then he's ended up rupturing his intestine, which obviously can be fatal if it's not treated to. So it's such a stupid rule. It really is. Like if it's tight, fair enough. But if it's blatantly obvious, just put your flag up. Like, just don't be a bellend. Just you've got eyes, Vinyl. Just do your job. Do your job. My God. And also shout outs to how tight the relegation battle is in La Liga. Like genuinely from like 8th to 19th is in a relegation battle, and it's absolutely crazy. Is that still the case now? Even Getafe in 7th. Well, actually, no, maybe not. I think that, yeah, they're safe now. I'll probably say it's between, yeah, Valencia is safe now. Sociedad is safe. I'd say it's between 13th and 19th. Oh, crap. Yeah, thankfully, Joan Gosse is there. As to who could still get relegated. So that's between Alaves all the way down to Mallorca. Football needs to revise the rules and make more precise. Absolutely, 100%. I think, obviously, like I've just mentioned, that offside rule, like, if it's blatantly offside, just put your flag up. You know what I mean? Like, what is it going to take for them to just revise that rule? Is it going to have to take somebody, before they revise that rule? Or, I don't even know. There's many other things I'd think about as well. Obviously, they've brought in the rule now where if a player covers his mouth, if a player covers his mouth while he's on the pitch, then they're gonna get booked because they'll just assume they're insulting somebody. That's after the whole Cristiano Vinicius Jr. thing earlier this season. Rafinha's won a free kick here if the junior football's fouled him. Yeah, that rule's coming into play. I'm pretty sure at the World Cup there's going to be like VAR's going to intervene for like yellow cards, corners, etc. God, can you imagine that? Games are going to go on for ages at the World Cup because VAR is going to be intervening for free kicks, corners. Oh, God. Do I agree with the mouth covering rule? See, I can understand why. To obviously prevent instances like the whole Prestiani Vinicius Jr. thing. But at the same time, they might just be having a friendly conversation. Like a lot of players do it where they just talk about tactics and they don't want people finding out. So obviously, a lot of players just do like this. Like go, oh yeah, so we want this tactic to do all that. They like basically stop lip readers. You know what I mean? So if it's like in a friendly way where it's like not like insulting somebody, then it's a bit daft. But obviously, if it is insulting somebody, then I'm in both camps, basically. I don't know how I 100% feel. Anyway, free kick here. Rafinha steps over it. Can he score from it? Rafinha has the shot! And it's in! Rafinha! What a finish from Rafinha. Finds the bottom corner. The keeper thought he was going to go to the right-hand side. He goes the opposite way, Rafinha. We've scored a free kick again! Directly from a free kick. And this time, it's the Brazilian maestro, Rafinha. What a beast. 1-0. Vamos. On Lewandowski's send-off as well. Lewandowski's send-off at home. Beautiful free kick from Rafinha. Beautiful free kick. Superb. Rafinha. Beautiful finish. Hey. If Rashford stays next season, then Rafinha and Rashford should be the set free kick takers. 100 percentage. 100 percentage. What a finish. Superb finish from Rafinha. Absolutely superb. Of course, he missed the game on Wednesday against Alves with him being suspended. But yeah, 1-0 now. We've got the goal that we definitely deserved. We were definitely causing a lot more problems to them than what Betis were to us. That's Rafinha's 12th goal in La Liga this season. Of course, he's had a pretty injury-hit campaign, unfortunately, Rafinha. And even worse, it's been at crucial times of the season as well, where Rafinha's been out injured. But at least he's here now. I mean, Betis coming forward here. Amrabat. You remember Amrabat comment? Oh, come off it, ref! That's not a free kick. Oh, my God, man. Yeah, you'll remember Amrabat comment? Remember when Amrabat was, like, hyped up so much after the World Cup in Qatar? Where everybody thought he was, like, the next big thing in the midfield, and then he just kind of fell off the face of the earth. Like, that was literally that. The Celso whips in the free kick! Oh, it's offside. I thought he was going to give a penalty there for a second. Dear me. Junior football. Dear me. Very good free kick that, yeah. Junior football's miles off. But, my God, that was a bit scary. He was 100% miles off there, Junior football, from the free kick. Betis obviously tried a little set-piece routine there. Junior football, former Barca player, of course. Nearly scoring against his former club. Do you remember when Aubameyang was? I do. I remember when Aubameyang played for us. And Aubameyang was actually very underrated when he played for us, by the way. I wish he stayed longer, but obviously the financial situation at the club at the time was quite bad. I mean, it arguably still is. But of course, it probably still is bad, but obviously not as bad as it was back then. We're improving the situation very, like, slowly but surely. But obviously back then it was very grim, you know. I mean, the whole reason we even got Aubameyang in the first place was because obviously he had that whole falling out with Arteta at Arsenal, and then yeah, they just decided to rip up his contract, and he came to us on a free transfer. And honestly, he was absolutely unbelievable. And I do wish he had stayed longer, because imagine having Imagine having, because obviously in that summer when he left, that was when we signed Lewandowski. So imagine if we had Lewandowski and Aubameyang as our two strikers that season. Like, that would have been absolutely unbelievably good. But I guess it wasn't meant to be. Here's Rafinha. And of course, it was a shame how Aubameyang just literally fell off a cliff after he went to Chelsea. He went to Chelsea, did not work out there whatsoever. Then he went to Marseille, done quite well there. Went to Saudi, I think was all right, I guess. And then went back. He went back to Marseille, and he's actually doing quite well for himself. So it's nice to see. Nice to see from Aubameyang. Is Pedri tries to find Koundé on the good run on the right hand side, but a bit too overhit the pass and out for a goal kick for Real Betis. Real Betis. Well, yeah, that free kick goal from Rafinha, absolutely superb. The ultras are absolutely loving life. You love to see it. You forgot he left it. Yeah, he went to. Yeah, he basically joined the bandwagon of everybody going to Saudi. I mean, there was obviously Ronaldo. He went to Saudi, and then you had like, it was like the initial wave of players who went to Saudi. There was like Ronaldo. There was Milinkovic-Savic. Aubameyang was one of them. Mane. God, who else was there? Like the initial wave of players. Mitrovic, Kante, Benzema. Can't remember the initial wave. Cancelo was part of that initial wave. Koulibaly. God, who else? I think that was it for like the initial wave. Oh, Jordan Henderson. Jordan Henderson went to Saudi for a bit. Wijnaldum. Can't remember. I think that was it for the initial wave, to be fair. And then obviously they've had other players join the league since, like Theo Hernandez, João Felix, Malcolm. Neymar. Neymar was part of the initial wave. I forgot about that. I forgot Neymar was in Saudi. Because obviously he barely played for, was it Al Hilal? Yeah, he barely played for them because he was out injured half the time. Yeah, I completely forgot that Neymar went to Saudi. I completely forgot. Oh, yes. I remember that. It was like 2017 when the Chinese Super League was like the most hyped thing ever. You had like Oscar going there. You had like Carlos Tevez. You had Paulinho. Hey, shout outs to Paulinho, underrated legend, by the way. Well, maybe not legend, but underrated player that we got from China, and then he went straight back to China. But yeah, underrated beast, Paulinho. Shout outs. Who else went to China? I swear there was some other players that went to China. Bakambu for Betis on the Betis' bench tonight. Oh, Abdir tries to bend it in the top corner, but thankfully easy catch was Ryan Garcia. Yeah, the Chinese Super League definitely died off very quickly. Oh, there was Fellini. He went to China. Trying to remember who else went to China. Who else went to the Chinese Super League? Pretty sure I've named most of them. Hulk. Remember the footballer called Hulk? Yeah, he went to China. He went to China. Absolute scenes. God, those were the days when everybody thought the Chinese Super League was going to be like the next big thing. And it just died. Oh, man. Is Abdi on the left for Betis? For the Indian League. Oh, that was years ago. The Indian League. Oh, man. You ordered it. Nice comment. Oh, shipping was only only £2. That's not bad. That's not bad, to be fair. Yeah, there was an offside there from Abdi when he tried the back heel for their number, well, the Celso. Number 20 for them. Number 20 for them is Lo Celso, of course, former Tottenham man. Former Tottenham midfielder, now playing as a false nine for Real Betis. You have a hot take. Let's hear it. I've got some hot takes. Well, I mean, most people know my hot takes, but you know, better than putting in front of it. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is true. That's true. To be fair, come on. Average Bundesliga team, is that better than or less than? I'm terrible with that. I always get confused between the two. Oh, come off it, Rev. Oh, yeah, no, God, come off it. Couldn't have been booked. Better. The average Bundesliga team. Let's think of the average Bundesliga team. So, who would you class as an average Bundesliga team, though? Like, that's a good question. Who would you class as, like, an average Bundesliga team? Like, would you class, like, I don't know, like, Wolfsburg as, like, an average Bundesliga team? Or, like, is it just, like, anybody outside the top, like, 5 of the or top 4 of the Bundesliga? So, like, Mönchengladbach, Stuttgart, Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg could get relegated, actually. Pretty sure they're in a relegation playoff. Because obviously in the Bundesliga, there's 18 teams, 2 teams automatically get relegated, and then, like, yeah. Bundesliga except Bayern, maybe even Dortmund, and take a Liga except Madrid and Barcelona. Ah, so like that. So Bundesliga except Bayern, or potentially Dortmund. You know, in this case, we'll make it fair. We'll take Dortmund out as well. So the Bundesliga without Bayern and Dortmund, and versus La Liga without Barca and Madrid. I think Atletico Madrid are better than the rest of the Bundesliga. I think. Ooh. I think the likes of Leverkusen would probably be better than the likes of like Sociedad and Bilbao. That is a good question, actually. How's that not a foul on Bernal, Rev? Yeah, they're in the relegation playoff. Come on, Wolfsburg. See, there's some parts of it I agree with you, then there's other parts where I think some of the La Liga teams are probably better than some of the, like, the mid-table Bundesliga teams. Like, I'm thinking if they match up against each other, like, see, even with Mallorca, they're in a relegation battle, right? Mariki is one of the top one of their strikers is one of the top goal scorers in La Liga. And I'm pretty sure that his goals would probably help Mallorca be able to beat the likes of Mönchengladbach, Stuttgart, teams like that. Hoffenheim. So I have my little Bundesliga knowledge. St. Pauli. Even though they're relegated, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Gavi. Gavi tries to dink it in. Oh, headed away. Falls to Rafinha, though. Rafinha. Oh, he's tried to switch the play over to João Cancelo, but Betis intercepted. João Cancelo wins the back. Good stuff, João. Good stuff, João. Where's Koundé? How about average Bundesliga team being bigger than the average La Liga? I disagree on that. Because the average La Liga team these days, you've got Valencia. They're a huge club. Sevilla. Obviously, Sevilla have won the most Europa League titles ever out of any team in the world. You got Bilbao, one of the 3 teams that have never been relegated from the top division, alongside Barca and Madrid. You've got like Sociedad, Villarreal. Yeah, of course, in the Bundesliga, you've got like Leverkusen, you've got Mönchengladbach, Wolfsburg, Schalke, Frankfurt. Do I think Bilbao or Sevilla's. Yeah, I think Sevilla's bigger than Frankfurt, 100%. Bilbao, it's debatable between them and Frankfurt, probably. I mean, I don't know everything about Frankfurt's history, but Sevilla are definitely bigger than Frankfurt. I can 100% confirm that. Sevilla are bigger than Frankfurt, in my opinion. But, this ref is making the game so stop-start. Naitan's give away a free kick here. Yeah, I'd say Sevilla are bigger than Frankfurt. But with Bilbao, I think it's a bit debatable. I mean, albeit I don't really know Frankfurt's like history and everything like that, but Sevilla is 100% bigger than Frankfurt, in my opinion. Because Sevilla, yes, they're absolutely crap right now, but you got to remember, Sevilla are pretty much the king. They are the kings of the Europa League. They've won the most Europa League titles, Sevilla. You've got to remember that. So yeah, even though they're in absolute bin right now, Sevilla are still a massive football club. But now, yeah, Junior Firpo interceptor. Abdir manages to outbeat Eric Garcia. Good recovery from Bernal. Corner for Betis. Yeah, Emery was. Yeah, Sevilla's that sort of era was Sevilla. Like, they were just always going to be winning the Europa League. Like when the Champions League had the group stage, and you had Sevilla in the Champions League group stage, I honestly feel like they always wanted to go into third, so that in the know, right, we're going to drop into the Europa League and we're going to win. That. It was basically their aim. Anthony has the shot deflected. Another corner. Yeah, Sevilla are definitely bigger than Frankfurt, though. They are the Europa League kings. Yeah, Sevilla, even though they are in the bin right now, they are a massive football club. Absolutely massive. Even Valencia as well. Sevilla as well, not Sevilla, Valencia as well. They were obviously these days they're not exactly as good as they used to be, but back in the day, Valencia were a really good team. Won quite a few La Liga titles, and they were in the Champions League quite regularly as well in like the early 2000s. I'm pretty sure they got did they get to a final or the semi-final? Something like that. They got like that stage of the Champions League back in the day when they had the likes of David Villa and David Silva and all those kinds of players. It couldn't do. Rafinha and Gavi. Pedri, can we get a second before half-time? That'd be nice. Good ball over the top from Pedri to find Rafinha. Rafinha getting into the box. Finds Lewandowski. Gives it back to Rafinha. There's it off for Fermin Lopez. Ah, saved by Valdes. Oh, I still want Lewandowski to get a goal, man. He should get a goal in his final game. Well, not his final game, but his final game at home for us. Of course, he'd probably play next Saturday up against Valencia in the final game of the season. Sevilla found a cheat code. Yeah, their cheat code was we'll win the Europa League every year. I don't know how they did it, to be fair, but fair play to them. Remember one year, what was it, 2021, when whenever they played Inter Milan in the final? They were insane. They were by far the underdog in that game, but they still managed to get over the line. Yeah, fair play to them. Because that was Antonio Conte's Inter Milan. And that Inter team, I'm pretty sure, had wrapped up Serie A quite early on. Because that was when Lukaku was at his best. Obviously, you had Lautaro Martinez there as well. Just sorting out the add time situation. Only 1 minute. Do I think Lewandowski is a better legend than Neymar in the Barcelona? Ooh. That's a good question. But I think since Neymar won a Champions League with us, he just edges Lewandowski. There's Anthony. Anthony loses it off for Amrabat. Well over the bar. Thank the Lord for that. But yeah, I think just purely because Neymar had won a Champions League with us, I think he just elevates Lewandowski. If we had won the Champions League with Lewandowski, I think he would have surpassed Neymar. I'm not going to lie. But, of course, both were exceptional players. Well, I say Lewandowski started the club. But yeah, half-time here. 1-0. Have the lead, courtesy of a Rafinha free kick. And yeah, hopefully in the second half, Lewandowski can get a goal. And then we can be absolutely buzzing. Well, hopefully anyway. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I would say since Neymar won the Champions League with us, I would say that he just slightly elevates Lewandowski in the legends list. But don't get me wrong, Lewandowski is still an absolute legend. He is still an absolute legend in his own right at the club, 100%. But yeah, I think just purely because Neymar won the Champions League with us, I think he just is ahead of Lewandowski. And you got to remember, when Neymar was with us, he was in his prime, arguably. Like, that was when Neymar was at his best, when he was with us. 100%. And that was when he was, at the time when Neymar was with us, he was arguably the third best player in the world, only behind Messi and Ronaldo. So, yeah, I probably would still say Neymar, but yeah, both are still legends in their own right. Yeah, anyway, halftime entertainment, as I like to call it. I mean, we're not doing gold text though, because honestly, we can be there all night, half the time. Played for Valencia. Was a good question. Ferran Torres, I know that for a fact. David Villa, Jordi Alba, the Celso. I swear he did. Oh, DePaul. I obviously knew for a fact because Ferran Torres came through Valencia's system. Pretty sure David Villa did as well. I might be wrong with David Villa. Jordi Alba, he started his career, well, his professional career. Like, Valencia was like his first club. And obviously we signed him back. We signed him back from there, back in the day, like 2012. Right, Chelsea, Nigeria. John Obi Mikel. John Obi Mikel. Chelsea, Spain. Wow, their gaffer, their new gaffer, Xabi Alonso. Obviously, he never actually played for Chelsea. One matter. Chelsea, Madrid. Well, Courtois. Liverpool, Nigeria. Can't think of a Nigerian who's played for Liverpool. Liverpool, Spain, Fernando Torres. What, Xabi Alonso? I think Liverpool have made a big boo-boo by not going after Xabi Alonso and not getting like they should get rid of Slot realistically. Chelsea just doesn't have to suck Alonso. They are good. Yeah, I mean, it's a very good appointment for Chelsea, Xabi Alonso. But my question is he going to get power there? Because you've seen when they've had like Maresca and they've had like even like Bissenia, they didn't really give the manager that much power, the owners and the higher ups and everything like that. So my question is, are they going to give that kind of power to Alonso? Are they going to just allow him to actually be the manager? You know? But I mean, surely that was the only way they were able to convince him that they were going to give him power at the club. Because I feel like if that wasn't the case, I'd feel like he wouldn't agree to be Chelsea's gaffer. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? Michael Owen. Oh, it's not even typing. It's not even typing. Man City, Nigeria. Well, I feel like that's obvious as well. But the Liverpool one, I'm not sure of. I feel like the Man City one should be obvious. I don't know. I don't know. Right, Rodri. Actually, no, David Silva. David Silva. Very underrated player. Very underrated player, David Silva. He doesn't get his flowers. Man City, Madrid. Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz. Liverpool and Man City, Nigeria. Dear me. Nigeria. Trying to think of like legendary Nigerian players. Like JJ Okocha? Did he play for any of them? No. Yeah, I had a feeling he didn't play for any of them, but you just gotta have an educational guess, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta have those educational guesses in life. Coyote. Is there another one that's not Mikel or the guy at Brentford? Apparently he doesn't exist. I have no idea. Let's just say who they were. Victor Oh my god, Iheanacho. Oh, Iheanacho. Oh, I should have got that. Iheanacho back in the day was an FPL legend for me. Should have got that. And then Victor Moses. I had no idea he even played for Liverpool, to be brutally honest, but whatever, we'll move. Right, what's tenable? Ballon d'Or 2012. Ooh, well, Messi. Messi. Ronaldo. Iniesta. Xavi. Falcao. Ooh, who's the other Spaniard? Yeah, I tried putting Coyote, but apparently it didn't exist. You are now manually breathing. But apparently that person didn't exist. Because usually they would give like a whole list of people who have like a similar surname, but yeah, apparently didn't exist according to the thing. Who's the other Spaniard? I think Italian might be Buffon. The love and the goalkeeper, but it's not Buffon. Totti? Italian? I mean, who was a top Italian player back in the day? Sweden would be Ibrahimovic, 100%. Netherlands might be Van Persie. Yeah. 2012. Pirlo. Of course. Of course. Pirlo. If that's Ivory Coast, I'm going to say Drogba. Yes, it's Ivory Coast. And then for the other Spaniard, God, this could be anybody. Busquets? No. Fernando Torres? No. God damn it. Could be here all night. Ramos? Peggy? Spaniard. Juan Mata. We're just guessing it. David Silva. Or David Villa, that's a shout. Oh, no. David Silva. No. Spaniards. Spaniards in 2012. Spaniards in 2012. Spaniards in 2012. Trying to think who won like all the major competitions in 2012. Was 2012 a Euros year? I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, because there's a 2-year gap between World Cups and Euros. So, yeah, the 2010 World Cup, and then there was the Euros in 2012. I'm pretty sure Spain had won it because they won the World Cup, won the Euros. Xabi Alonso. No. Yeah, I've just guessed Alonso. It's not him. Trying to think of Spaniard. Who was around back in 2012? Who was around back in the good old 2012? 2012. Oh, Casillas. Yeah, Casillas. I should have knew that. They always love including a goalkeeper. So, yeah, Casillas. Yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to think of like attacking players or like midfielders. And I know they usually like to include a defender. All right, let's have a look at the other tenable on the other website. The Who Are You website. Fan favourites. Popularity quiz. What the heck's this? Players with 5+ goal combinations with Wayne Rooney. That's a good one. Ronaldo. Sure, that fills out a lot of the category. Surely. Surely this fills up pretty much most of it. 70. Yeah, I was going to say. Carlos Tevez. Oh. Wrong! God, who played with Rooney quite a bit? Paul Scholes. What? I'm going to go a bit rogue. Rashford. Damn it. Oh, Van Persie. Giggs. Nani and Van Nistelrooy. Holy. Where's tenable? Last 10 unique scorers in the Coppa Italia finals. Excludes own goals. There's 4 for Inter, 3 for Juventus, 1 for Atalanta, 1 for Bologna, 1 for Fiorentina. Coppa Italia. God, I could probably only name the ones who played for Inter and Juve. What size? I ordered extra large. Big Rom for Inter. Surely. Lautaro. Lautaro Martinez. Where is he? Oh. Lautaro Martinez. Yeah. Ronaldo? Did he win a Coppa Italia with Juve? Vlahovic? Yeah, that's a shout. Ronaldo's long, damn. Vlahovic. A large for you? I mean, it should be. I mean, you are about 4'7", so yeah, it should be fine. Trying to think of some of the others. Inter Milan. I'm surprised Lukaku wasn't on there. Obviously, Lukaku's first spell at Inter Milan, he was quite good. Yeah, you said you ordered a large. I think you personally should have gone with an extra small, but, you know. I don't have a feeling that for Atalanta, it's like Zappa Costa or something. It's like somebody rogue like that. Ilicic. I'm gonna go with, oh, why does he not exist? Ivan, no, was it, oh, it was Josip, I think. Josip Ilicic. Was it him? Damn it. Yeah, so I was just kind of guessing there. Dan Undoy. What the? Yeah, of course. Dan Undoy, Nico Gonzalez, Perisic. Damn, Perisic. Perisic, even all these years later, he still finds a way to haunt me. Çalhanoğlu, Alexandro Barella, Chiesa, and Malinovsky. See if we can do one more tenable before the second half. Oh, I don't think we'll be able to, because I can see Isco's getting ready to come on for Betis. Yeah, we're not going to be able to, unfortunately. Because Isco is going to looks like he's coming on for Real Betis here. Chiesa, such a baller. I don't know why Liverpool don't want to play him. Probably because of his injury record. And maybe because of the fact that Slot is just a bit clueless. by the looks of it. I mean, yeah, he won the league in his first season, but that was mostly because it was Klopp's team still. Whereas now, Slot kind of just looks like a bit of a clueless chicken. I'm surprised Liverpool haven't sacked him. I gotta be honest. Because it looks like a lot of their fans want him sacked. By the looks of it. Slot, he's a slot machine. That might be an insult to a slot machine. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know why Liverpool haven't sacked them, to be brutally honest. I don't know why. I thought they would have sacked them, to be honest. I thought they would have sacked them when they got knocked out of the Champions League. Who they get knocked out by? PSG. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't sack him off for that. But I thought they were bringing on a new keeper there. I was going to say, what the hell? No, it's just Isco. I've actually seen Isco live. And he was, like, in the flesh. And he was one of the best players I've ever seen. With my own 2 eyes, not on the TV screen. Very underrated player. So Isco's number 22. So the Celso's went off. He did. Showed number 20. Damn. Klopp didn't get enough. I'm interested to see if Klopp would actually go back into management. Or is he just happy with his little adventures with Red Bull? Like, whatever he's doing there. And then Isco has come on. You want Klopp to go back to Dortmund? That would be pretty insane if he went back to Dortmund. But I don't know if he's burnt bridges with... Oh, Betis are making another sub. 15's gone off for them. For number... Oh, for Bakambu. $15 went off for Bakambu. Yes, they were. So they've actually got a natural striker on the pitch now, Betis. The question is, has Klopp burnt bridges with Dortmund for working with Red Bull? That's my question. Red Bull is going major, working Germany only. Yeah, well, that's the thing. As all the Dortmund fans a bit annoyed at Klopp for working for Red Bull. I mean, of course, he's not like managed Leipzig or whatever, but there might still be a bit of, iffiness about it. Bowder's coming on. Interesting. Surprised we've made a change, to be quite honest. Maybe it's for Kunde, because he was on a yellow card. Where's Betis in the team? They're actually in a Champions League spot. They're either 4th or 5th. I know that for a fact, because top 5 in La Liga gets Champions League this season. Yeah, they're 5th. So, yeah, Betis are going to be in the Champions League next season. Firmin? How come Firmin's not on? Or got subbed off? That's very bizarre. But yeah, Betis are 5th. They've confirmed their Champions League spot for next season. Because, yeah, top 5 gets Champions League this season in La Liga. Kind of like the Prem. Kind of like the Prem. Right, vamos! Second half. Hopefully Lewandowski can get a goal. If he gets a goal in the second half, we're on the pitch. we're on the pitch. Mark my words. What if he goes to the German... I could say that. That is more likely than him going back to Dortmund, I feel like. It's kind of like how, there's obviously the massive, rumours that, Zidane, after this World Cup, Zidane's going to become the French national team gaffer. Because Deschamps is going to step back after the World Cup, and then, apparently Zidane will take over then. So, I could see something like that happen. With Klopp, he could go to the German national team. I could see that happening. There's Pedri, and Gerard Martin, Balder. Quite mad that we're literally less than a month away for the World Cup. Like, it starts on the 11th of June, so that's literally less than a month. Like, just less than a month to the World Cup. Like, that's crazy. Do I rate Zidane? I never watched him as a player because I was too young. But as I'm gaffer, of course he managed Madrid, and yeah, I despise that. And he won them 3 Champions Leagues in a row, which I was very annoyed about. But you got to give him credit where credit's due. Taking off the hat, taking off my Barca hat. He was a good manager for Madrid. It has to be said. He was able to manage the egos of Madrid quite well. Because obviously at the time they had quite a lot of egos. They had Ronaldo, Benzema, Ramos, like Pepe at periods, Marcelo, Gareth Bale, Modric, Toni Kroos, these types of players. And yeah, he was able to manage them quite well. I think he was kind of similar to Ancelotti in a way where he just allowed the players to he didn't really manage them. He just let them basically, he was just basically do what you want on the pitch. No tactics, no rigid system or anything like that. Just do what you want. Express yourself. Like that. Whereas obviously, that's probably where Xabi Alonso kind of went wrong, probably, in the end. Because he was obviously wanting to bring more of a system kind of thing into play. Cancelo's now gone over the left-hand side. Obviously, Balder's dropped in the left back. Players were at least mature. I can't imagine Marcelo summon Ramos to a table again. Short term. Yeah, that's true. That is very true. He's Kunde. Costino, though, I was trying to back heel straight in the hands of Viles. yeah, but that Madrid team at the time, I couldn't really picture anybody slamming each other into tables and having WWE, well, not WWE, UFC fights in the changing room. Oh, God. I mean, it is still funny to see the absolute chaos at Madrid. You just love to see it. I mean, the Porter called it. When the Porter literally called it when Madrid signed Mbappe. He literally said he wasn't envious of them at all, and that Mbappe would destroy their team cohesion in the dressing room. And at the time, everybody laughed at Reporter. Look now, look who's laughing now. That's all I have to say. Rafinha tries to think over the top of Pedri, but it's cleared away by Betis. Only as far as Cancelo though. Oh, good tackle from Naitan. It's kind of ping-ponging a bit. Yeah, and Junior Firp was not fully retrieved with Betis. Abdir, good tackle from Mark Bernal. Finds Rafinha on the right-hand side. Rafinha, visit century for Cancelo. Cancelo the shot! Wide. Good press, though. Very good press. Very good press. Also, Betis' bench is very small. It has to be said. Not in that way before anybody gets any funny ideas. Before anyone gets any funny ideas, not in that way. Oh, there's another player that Zidane Madrid team had. Isco. At that time, Isco was a very good player. Like, he was world class. He just had a lot of injury issues. Isco. I would have loved him at Barca at the time, actually, but obviously he would have realistically been behind the likes of Iniesta, Busquets, Rakitic. Well, yeah, he would have been behind them three. No, he would have been competing with like Rakitic and Iniesta. Realistically. That's the way. That's just how it would have been. If Isco was with us, he would have just been competing with like Iniesta and Rakitic. So yeah, he would have never got a game. Because yeah, obviously in like the 2010s, Iniesta was in his prime, and obviously Rakitic was very underrated baller. Rakitic, big shout outs to Ivan. Junior Firpo, Abder on the left for Real Betis against Kunde. Of course, Kunde, a former Sevilla player, he'll want to get one over on Real Betis. For those of you that don't know, Betis and Sevilla are massive rivals, local rivals. So yeah, Kunde will definitely want to get one over on Betis, with him being a former Sevilla player. Former Sevilla player. Man, I just want Noah to have a perfect send-off, man. Even if he only scores one goal, I just want him to have the perfect send-off for his final home game for us. I just hope we get our summer. It's going to be a big summer transfer window for us. 100%, because obviously we need a new striker. What happened to Ter He got injured. He played like a few games for Girona, and then he got injured. So, yeah, he's been... God, when did he get injured? I think he played like 2 or 3 games, and then he got injured. And then, yeah, that was basically his World Cup in the toilet. And then he's just going to come back to us and just probably stink up the gaff. Because Hansi Flick has made it very clear that he's not in his plans. So I feel like what Ter Stegen's going to do is he's just going to sit on the bench. Like next season, he's going to come back. He's not going to have any interest in going anywhere. He's just going to sit on the bench and just rot, basically. That is literally all he's going to do. Could be a chance of Betis. Good clearance away by Joe Martin. There's Lewandowski trying to get on the counter-attack here. There's that for Rafinha on the right. Don't know why he passed it backwards with Rafinha. That was probably a bad choice. Now Betis have the ball back with Isco. Isco over to Anthony against Balde. Yes, Balde. He has the pace on him. You had the pace on him there, Balder. Good stuff. Anthony touched it last. That's a goal kick. Yep. Ah, Anthony. Some of that. But yeah, Ter Stegen got injured very early on in his stint at Girona. But yeah, I just feel like when he comes back next season, Ter Stegen, he's just gonna stink up the gaff. Unfortunately, he's not gonna want to move. He'll just say out his contract. Like Koundé crossed in, tried to find Doa, but the cross was overhit. So that's the only downside to Koundé. Yes, he's good defensive. Well, for the most part, he is good defensively. It's just obviously with him being at right back going forward is the issue, because obviously we've got to remember Koundé is naturally a centre back, so he's not obviously going to be very good at like crossing or shooting or anything like that. So yeah, there's always going to be a bit of a disadvantage in that sense, especially considering this season Koundé compared to last season. This is Koundé and this season's Koundé. There's been a massive drop off, 100%. Yeah, Koundé has had a massive drop off this season compared to the levels he was showing last season. There's no doubt about that. Even the same with Balde, to be honest. I mean, Balde's dropped off that much that we brought in a 31-year-old João Cancelo, and João Cancelo is the starting left back. Oh yeah, literally. A 31-year-old João Cancelo came in January and has taken Balde's place in the team. That is how much of a fall off Balde's had this season, like form-wise, compared to where he was last season. Because yeah, Cancelo is just like he pretty much elevated the position. I was very up and what's the phrase I'm looking for? I was very undecided about when we brought Cancelo back in January. I was like, is this really what we should be doing? But to be fair, he's very much exceeded expectations, and there is a chance that, well, hopefully, he stays longer than his loan deal. But obviously, I think it looks like Al Hilal are going to make negotiations very difficult. God, who would have thought that we'd be negotiating a transfer with Al Hilal? If you told me 10 years ago that Barca were going to negotiate a transfer for a player from Al Hilal, I would have been like, who the hell are Al Hilal? And two, with all due respect to Al Hilal, I would have been like, who the hell are they? For one. And two, I would have been like, what kind of a player is this? Are prime ages for attackers or defenders and midfielders different? I'd say prime for attackers is probably like the average. Probably the same for midfielders as well. Hang on, Rafinha with a chance. Dragged the shot wide. Goal kick for Real Betis. For attackers and midfielders, I'd probably say your prime is like between 25 and maybe like 31, 32. And then for defenders, they can go for a little bit longer, I feel like. I mean, look at Thiago Silva. He's still playing at like 40-odd. So yeah, for defenders, I probably would say your prime's like 25 to 33, 34 for a centre-back. Of course, goalkeepers, it's massively different, because goalkeepers can play well into their 40s. I mean, look at Buffon. I mean, even look at Neuer. He's into his 40s, and he's still at the top level. He's just recently signed into contract extension at Bayern Munich. Oh, crap. Bellerin's in behind here for Betis. He has the shot. It's gone past Ryan Garcia, but thankfully it's cleared away before any Betisburg can get there for a tap-in. Corner, though, for Betis. Causing a few issues, to be fair, in behind. Did I even watch football 10 years ago? I started 10 years ago, yes. I was starting 10 years ago. Because, yeah, obviously we're in 2026 now. I started watching football in 2016. I was very late at the party, I admit that. But yeah, I started watching football about this time 10 years ago. But on and off. But it was more like towards the end of 2016 when I started consistently watching football. No, it was 2016. It was like on and off until like the end of 2016. Once it was like the end of 2016, that's when I was like consistently watching it. But yeah, for most of the year, it was just on and off. How are we doing, CP? And obviously 2017 was when it was like getting really consistent with watching the football. Crazy how Zlatan lasted at 40 till 41 at Milan. Yeah, Ibrahimovic, he was just a different specimen altogether. I mean, even look at Messi and Ronaldo, they're lasting quite long as well. Because obviously Ronaldo's in his 40s now. I mean, I know they're not at the top level anymore, but Ronaldo's obviously in his 40s now. Messi's like 38, like 39. So yeah, he's obviously they're getting towards the latter stages, but they're still playing even now. Of course, I know it's not at the top level, the Saudi League or the MLS, but it's still at a competitive-ish level. Now that you know you can see another home run Jan's game. Nice, CP. Nice. Did you get the win? I was looking at the score earlier, and last time I checked, it was 0-0. Did you win earlier? Oh, well, what happened? Pedri won the ball high up the pitch. Pedri tries to lure it off for Rafinha. Rafinha tries to cross the ball in, but it takes the deflection off of, I believe that was Gomez, and we got ourselves a throw in on the right-hand side. He won 2-0. Nice. Qualification for Conference League playoffs. Hey, push for the Conference League playoffs. AZ Drews, who somehow ended 6th. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, it's the end of the season now for yous. Oh, fair enough. It's not a bad position, getting 6th. That guy even scored 1 goal and only 4 appearances in his final injury. Yeah, that was Ibrahimovic for you. That man. But, well, actually, no. Zlatan wasn't a man. He was a god. Because Zlatan would describe himself as that. So, yeah, that's just, yeah, that's just, not disrespect to Zlatan. Telstar survived, it seems. We still have 1, maybe 2 more games before. But there's still actually there's still the season isn't actually properly over, but you have sailed the Conference League spot. That's what you mean. So it's kind of obviously this game here, we've won La Liga, but obviously we're still playing, and then Betis have secured Champions League football for next season, but obviously they're still playing. Like that. Playoffs of conference. You play the Conference League games in this season. Oh, that's interesting. Is that Anne LeBron story? I think I've heard about it, but I don't know the whole ins and outs. I think it was when Zlatan was at LA Galaxy, wasn't it? Their goalie scored a pen. Absolute scenes. Good old goalie. Honestly, I feel like for the World Cup, we might need Jordan Pickford. England-wise, we might need Jordan Pickford on pens. Because obviously Harry Kane is the main penalty taker, but if there's a scenario at the World Cup where we go to penalties, I think Pickford should be one of the first few penalty takers. Obviously Kane would be number 1, and then have Pickford as 3rd or 4th, maybe. Because he could strike a penalty. I remember a few years ago, what was in the Nations League when we beat, was it Switzerland on penalties? Pickford took one, he absolutely smashed the top bins. Oh, what a layoff! Shocking mistake from Betis, and Rafinha scores! You love to see vamos, Rafinha! 2-0, Hector Bellerin with an absolute shocking pass there. Pretty much similar to when we beat Newcastle 7-2. The layoff of the century. I was a bit stunned there. That's why I wasn't expecting. I didn't really celebrate that much. But yeah, Rafinha 2-0, his second goal of the night, and yeah, we are of course on for 3 points here. Not like it really matters because obviously we're just playing for pride at this stage of the season. But Rafinha with his second goal of the night, vamos! Rafinha. It's complicated. Done 34 games now, 5th till 9th, 7th was AZ. Already got what a shocking pass that was from Bellerin, by the way. As I said, we've already got a ticket, go into a playoff to get a ticket for the Conference League. But I see what you mean though. I see what you mean though, CP. Yeah, Rafinha at the double. God, I would just wish we had him against Atletico Madrid. Oh, how I wish we had Rafinha against Atletico Madrid, man, in the Champions League. If we had Rafinha, bro. Oh, that was his final contribution. Hey. For your final contribution to be a goal, Saints. I think we're just still nursing him back from his injury. We don't want to fully risk him. We're just nursing him back from his injury still. Hey, for your final contribution of the game, fair play. So yeah, Rooney's come on for Rafinha. And then Araujo has come on for Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia here. Hey, that rhymes. That rhymes. I'm a rhyming genius. Unintentionally. Come at me. Don't come at me. But yeah, I was mentioning it earlier, guys, but I never got to mention it. It's going to be a big week next week on the channel, on all channels. Because, yeah, we've got, hang on, I'll sort all the subs. Because CP, we've got, obviously, tomorrow, it's the F1 Manager video on the gaming channel. But then on Tuesday, I've got a big day planned. Lego Batman, the new Lego Batman game comes out. So I'm going to be doing a Let's Play series on the gaming channel for that. And then as well, the new Forza comes out. Officially on Tuesday as well. So I'm planning on doing a stream on the new Forza game. And finally using the steering wheel again, because I haven't used it for quite some time. So yeah, we're going to be doing a stream of Forza Horizon 6. We're going to obviously start off the Lego Batman Let's Play. When we play chess, we can do it on Tuesday, CP. We can do it on Tuesday. Do it on at some point in the stream on Tuesday. Yeah, Forza comes out and well, if you got like the £100 version of the game, you can play it now. But yeah, I'm not made of money, so yeah, I have to wait till Tuesday. But you know, I have to wait till Tuesday because I am not made of money. But hey ho, hey ho. I'm like, absolutely not. I am absolutely horrendous. I used to. Oh, hang on. I'll get back to that in a second. Here's Bellerin for Alberta square in the box at Isco. Oh, that's ref. Come off it. Was it offside? Oh, thank God. It looked like he'd give a penalty there for Betis, but he's given offside, I think. But yeah, as I was actually, we'll see the replay of this. Oh, Bellerin's on. Is he? I don't know. F1 26 DLC will be showed upcoming Thursday. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that, CP. No one here. But yeah, as I was saying about the chess thing, I'm terrible at chess. I literally, when I was at college, I used to play with a friend. On whenever we had a break from lessons, I used to play chess online with a friend, and he used to destroy me every single time because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Well, no, though after that, after he destroyed me a few times on chess, we then went on 8-ball pool, and I destroyed him on that. it was good in that sense. I would do a little tasty. Rafinha scored both goals in this game, so that was a good thing to see. But at this moment in time, there's a penalty check going for Real Betis. VAR is taking its sweet, sweet time. I mean, we have the semi-automated offside, so surely it should just be done like that. It's literally semi-automated offside, so how is it not done with like a click of your fingers? I can't actually click my fingers, so yeah, apologies. But yeah, why is it not just done in seconds with the semi-automated offside? Can we get a decision, please? VAR, take the sweet, sweet time. My dears, this is taking forever. Even Hansi Flick's fuming. Oh, yup, man. Oh, he's going to the monitor. Well, you know what's going to happen here. Betis are going to have a penalty. Will be shown for the first time on May 21st in his most balls and careers for a digital preview event. I guess we'll have to see, CP. I mean, hopefully it's true, but no one here wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. That is not a penalty. This goes literally threw himself to the floor. Oh, come off it. He's kicked himself. But Gavi doesn't even touch him. Gavi doesn't even. Isco literally kicks himself. Are you taking the? He's give a penalty for that. He won the league and still crying. Of course I will. I will always call them out for being crap. No matter whether we've won the league or not, I will call them out. No matter what the ref is, who the ref is, or what the ref is, I will call them out. Two things guaranteed in life. Taxes. Right, Juan Garcia saved this, and it's absolute saints. Juan Garcia up against Isco from the penalty spot. Isco from the penalty spot sends Juan Garcia the wrong way, and he pulls one back for Real Betis. I'm not too sure about that penalty at the end of the day, but 2-1 here. Our Betis maybe going to rescue a point. Oh, well then. Complain about the ref. Hey. I mean, you gotta love the fact that I complain every week. Fair play to Isco, very composed penalty. Even though I still think that was not a penalty, I feel like he kicked himself. And I don't see any contact from Gavi whatsoever, but whatever. But it's just a shame that Araujo played everybody on side. Are you that's Isco's first goal this season. What? Well, is his first goal in that Liga? What? No. That's his first goal in that Liga this season. That's mad, that. I don't know if it's his first goal of the whole season. Like, if that's his first goal the whole season, I'm going to be absolutely stunned. You'd be complaining about the ref and they go back my. I mean, it's his of the whole season, or just in La Liga. Is it his first of the whole season? If it is, oh my god. Right. Okay. We've won La Liga. This game really realistically means nothing. Just breathe. Or first in the competition, or just in La Liga. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. He scored in some other competition this season. Hallelujah. He scored in a Copa del Rey or something. Oh, hallelujah for that. Oh. Yeah, anyway, even if it was his first goal the whole season, it's fine. We've won that Liga. Oh, he didn't. Oh, when did he score in then? Oh, that's bizarre. Oh, it is his first goal this season then. Oh, crap. But, oh well. I just gotta remember, it's the end of the season. We've won that Liga. We've won the Spanish Super Cup. We're fine. Everything's fine. Well, everything will be fine. No worry. He didn't even play in the Copa del Rey. Jesus. I guess Isco's just been getting riddled with injuries again. Oh, well, that's a good ball from Isco. Finds Anthony. Tries the shot, it looks like, but yeah. Very well. Very poor attempt, realistically, there from Anthony. As long as Anthony doesn't score, I'm fine. And yeah, we're seeing the semi-automated offside for the penalty. Araujo has literally played Bellerin onside. Very, very annoying. It's his 7th game this season. Yeah, he's definitely had injuries. 100%. Okay, it's not so bad now that I think about it, because obviously it's clear that he's had injuries. But it's not ideal. Yeah, it is clear that Isco has had some sort of an injury, that'll be it. It's a shame about Isco having loads of injuries. And he had the shot! Jesus. Do not let Anthony score. For those of you that have been on the associated with my channel for quite some time, you know me and Anthony don't exactly get along. So I won't be happy if he scores. 2025 groin all. Oh my god. He's been out injured for almost a year. Well, actually over a year. Holy. What do I have against him? He scored past us when we were in our little banter era, so to speak, when we were in the Europa League against Man United. It was when me and Cometo did like a duo watch along, and Anthony came off the bench, scored, and then shushed people, acting like he was the big dog. When he literally came off the bench and costed like 90 million. 90 million player coming off the bench thinking he's the big dog scoring. Like, who does he think he is? My days. Anyway, Cancelo. João Cancelo with a shot! What a finish! João Cancelo! Hey, sign him up. Sign him up for next season. Sign him up for next season. That is an absolutely superb finish from João Cancelo. The 2-goal lead has been restored here. Beautiful finish from the man we have on loan from Al Hilal. Unbelievable stuff, and yeah, he has to stay next season. Whatever we do, whether it's another loan day or permanent, we have to keep him for next season. Beautiful finish from João, and the 2-goal advantage is restored. 3-1 now. Vamos! Yes, João. Yeah, Raul wins the ball there, so no foul. What a finish from Cancelo. Bends it. Top keeper's literally rooted for the spot. Keeper cannot do a thing. He cannot do a thing. Very good finish from João. João Cancelo. Beautiful finish. Beautiful finish indeed. Right, Mark Banal's now off. Excuse me, for Danny Olmo. Danny Olmo, always believe in your soul. We still haven't seen what I've wanted to see the most tonight. Thank you very much, Little Tasty. I still haven't seen what I wanted to see the most tonight, and that was Lewandowski getting a goal in his final home game for us. I want it the most. Pedri assist, of course. Pedri assist. Pedri is just him. Pedri is him. Oh, that's not goal. Pedri is him. Pedri is the man. Pedri is just the heartbeat of this team. Like, without Pedri, the difference is night and day. I still stand by the fact that Pedri is the best midfielder in the world. He might not have the goals and assists to, like, obviously, like, outsiders looking in, Pedri obviously doesn't have, like, the goals and assists to, like, make you think, oh, wow, yeah, he's definitely, like, doing a lot. But it's just, like, the impact he has on the team. I mean, it's just, like, yeah, exactly, CP. But obviously, I know a lot of people, obviously, if you're not, like, a Barca fan, you don't really watch Pedri that much. But honestly, without the difference between us, like, when we have Pedri versus when we don't have Pedri, the difference is night and day. Like, he is just that good. Unbelievably good midfielder. Insanely good midfielder. Like, I still stand by, he is the best midfielder in the world. 100%. Even though maybe, like, Vitinha gets, like, more goal contributions than him or whatever, Pedri is still the best midfielder in the world. Like, how pivotal he is to this team as well. That's the thing. How pivotal he is to the team. Everything like that. There's a Raul. Kunde. God, I love Pedri. He's so good. Yeah, he had those times when he was injured quite a lot, but thankfully it looks like those days are well and truly behind him now, and yeah, we can just enjoy the Pedri brilliance. I think I've said this before, but obviously I'm not comparing them to these players because I'm a strong believer that you just gotta let the players be themselves and not compare them to, like, greats and everything like that. But I do feel like Pedri is, like, the perfect combination of Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets all in one. God, Joe Martin, you were playing with fire there, Jesus. And Lewandowski, there's off Danny Olmo. Back on Lewa. Go on, Lewa. Ah. Gets Junior Furbo wins it off him. Isco, then off for Anthony. Do not let him score. Good tackle there. It's still alive for Anthony. Whips in the cross. But please carry it away. Good stuff. Very good stuff there. Dear me, that was a bit sketchy. Joe Martin with the two superb defending there. Absolutely superb. Amrabat. His cross takes a deflection into João Cancelo. Ref, that's a foul. Yep. Yeah, Bellerin must be still annoyed with himself, to be fair, because obviously it was he pretty much gifted Rafinha his second goal, to be honest. He gifted Rafinha his second goal. Right, Betis are making their 2 more changes here. Abdir's off. Interesting. Interesting. Abdir's off, and so is Amrabat. Abdir and Amrabat are off. Interesting. Abdir and Amrabat are off for Riquelme. Riquelme and Mark Rocker. Another former Leeds player. Oh, the Leeds are getting very well associated tonight in this game. Rafinha, Junior Firtwell, Mark Rocker. Leeds are getting a very big representation tonight here in La Liga. Absolute scenes. Of course, Rafinha the best out of the 3, but, you know. You know. You know. You know. Right, come on. Let's just see the game out now. Good tackle there. Pedri. Danny Olmo. Koundé. Back with Pedri. Olmo again. Come on, I just want to see Lewandowski get a goal in his final home game. Rooney cutting it inside. Rooney with a shot. Takes a deflection, but it's gone out for a corner. Boss. Yeah, that's what I like to see from Rooney. Because a lot of the time when Rooney does play, he does show those bits of brilliance. But obviously, he is quite still a raw talent. Who was that player that you always loved so much? Something like Victor. Oh, when he was with us, Vita Rocker. Yeah, I made a chant about him. Vita Rocker. Yeah, it's just a shame it never worked out for him with us, but it is what it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, it can happen. Raul the cross. Yeah, the corner came to nothing in the end. Usually what happens with us in corners, to be honest. We're not like Arsenal and constantly depend on set bases. Jean Martin keeps the ball in play. Heavy touch there. Almost won it back with an interception. Danny Olmo. Inside for Gavi. João Cancelo. Finds Rooney now on the right. Oh, heavy touch and allowed Junior Firtwell to win the ball back. He's booted out of play for a throw-in. Yeah, it was a massive heavy touch there from Rooney. Has to be said. Yeah, it's a shame that Vita Rocker never worked out for him, but yeah, not much you can do in the end of the day. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. What Araujo. Pedri. Hit it somewhat for cold Vito. Can't think of anybody. Someone that hit called Vito. He's Cancelo. Back goes up for Balder. Balder's tried the cross, but it's deflected by Bellerin. Oh, Cancelo nearly wins it back from the Betis player there. Oh, they're taking a lot of heavy touches, Betis. Jesus. It's João Martin. Good header there. Now it's back with Balder. That's a foul, ref. Yeah, free kick. Can't remember anybody who hated called Vito. Cancelo with a cross outside the boot, but tries to find Rooney, but Junior Firtwell does well defending him. But Rooney's got a back on the outside of the box. Very much near the touch line on the right-hand side. Gavi. Pedri. There was the shot! Oh, I thought it was the moment. Oh, I thought it was the moment for the Gorski to get his final goal at the Camp Nou. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen, please? Please let it happen, please. Oh, it's not happening. He's coming off. He's coming off. Oh, he's going to cry. Oh, don't cry, though. Don't make me cry. I'm standing up. This man saved us from irrelevancy. This man was a big part of stopping us from becoming the next AC Milan. The fallen giant, fallen asleep. He saved the club from that. So he has very much earned the standing applause. Robert Lewandowski. You gotta stand up and applaud. Lewandowski. Gracias, Robert. Robert Lewandowski. Hey, don't tear up, bro. Don't tear up, man. Make me cry. You make me cry. I'll bend down so you can actually see me first. Gorski. His final ever game at the Camp Nou. Oh man, that's brutal. He can't. I am honoring him, Mike. I am honoring a guy who saved us from being the next AC Milan. I am honoring him. It's just a shame he couldn't have got one final goal at the Camp Nou. But he'll be remembered for that guy who scored the first goal on our return to the Camp Nou. So that will always be huge. That will always be huge. When you put what's that, CP? What's LMU? What's that? What is that? I'm not good with abbreviations. I'm not gonna lie. I've always sucked ass at abbreviations. The Mons. Yeah, no chance. I don't know a thing about cycling. I don't know a Scooby-Doo. He's washed. He still deserves the respect. He still deserves respect. I've heard of wreck racing. Yeah, I still wouldn't be great. I don't have a clue about any of it. You still gotta show a legend of the club respect, even if he is washed. He's tearing up, man. Why am I an absolute sucker for when players tear up? You say I can watch a movie and not get emotional at all if there's like an emotional scene or anything. But when it's like a player and they're getting emotional because they're leaving a club or they're losing a final or whatever. Oh man. It just hits differently. Rooney. Koundé. Rooney again. It's just a shame that we couldn't get the final goal for that, but at least he got that at least he got the appreciation from the whole stadium. That was nice. The 24-hour Le Mans race. Yeah, there's no chance of me doing a 24-hour race. No chance. I can barely stay awake for 14 hours. Never mind 24. Look. Damn me. Lewandowski. Camp Nou's chanting Lewandowski's name. Hey. Lewandowski. 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 Just made that up on the spot. You're welcome. Oh, come off it, ref. Free kick for Betis. He could sleep in between the stints. Oh, at least there's that. But still. Lewandowski. Lewandowski. Oh yes, they're doing the chant where they say whoever doesn't jump is a Madrid star. Hey, hey. No, I would jump if I was the Camp Nou, but I'm not going to jump here. I mean, I technically jumped. Hey. Whoever doesn't jump is a Madridster. A Balde in the box as the shot, but drifted wide. Then jump. I was technically jumping. See? I can't actually jump because my room's quite small and I'd probably bang my knees off something. But you know, the closest I can get to jumping in my confined space. You know? You jump, yes, CP. You love to say it. You love to say it. Oh, did anybody say that, with the bus parade, when we were doing the bus parade and the shirt Yamal had? He had, like, this shirt that, like, set on the back of it said, like, thank God I'm not a Madridster. That was absolute saint. That was absolute that was absolute saint. McKelmy crossed in, tries to find when did Pablo Fornals come on? Oh, Timmy Avila. When did he come on? Must have been when Lewandowski was getting sent off. Oh, he came on for Anthony. Yeah. Must have been when Lewandowski was subbed off. We obviously got caught up in all the emotion. So Anthony is off. So no masterclass from Anthony. Comment if you're still here. Lewandowski's up again. Yeah. Yes, they were. Gorski. Even Yamal's singing. Oh, yes. Lewandowski. Lewandowski. Speech. What a speech that were. What a speech. It's back and boo. Get in the box. Your father once lived in Boston, was a fan. Dubs. Dubs CP. Dubs CP's father. Bellerin, just 2 minutes at a time here. I'll sort that out in a second. Just bear with me. Bear with me. The final game at the Camp Nou this season is going to end with a win. You love to say it. You absolutely love to say it. Alright, at a time. Please say 2 minutes. Thank you. Local club we fell in love with. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough, CP. Fair enough. But yeah, you still got the bosser in there, so you love to say it. You love to say it. Right, let's go with the corner. Whipped in. Yes, Juan Garcia. Good catch. Counter attack. Fourth. Go on. Get the fourth. Pedri. Driving forward. Finds Rooney on the right. Go on, let's go fourth. Go fourth. Rooney up against Junior Football. He's got quite a few better players surrounding him now. Now we're going to recycle the possession there. No worries, CP. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Hopefully I will. Hopefully I will. Hopefully. Casado. Gavi. Right, last 30 seconds. Long live, yes, long live Rafinha. Visca El Rafinha. Kunde in the box. Kunde with a shot. Saved by Fayez. I imagine Kunde would have the score. Of course, former Sevilla player. And of course, the beef between Sevilla and Real Betis. Lewandowski's clapping again. For the amount of times he's came off the bench and started clapping. This is getting mad. I feel like he's gonna do a speech. Sure, he does a speech. I mean, at this point, he has to do a speech. At this point, he has to do a speech. Corner's whipped in by Cancelo. Joe Martin! Oh, I thought you'd scored there, but into the hands of Reyes. And there we go, the full-time whistle. Vamos, the win is there. Good stuff from the team. Final home game of the season. We get the W. You love to see it. And yeah, it's just a shame that in Lewandowski's final home game ever at the Camp Nou, he didn't get a goal, but he got a good send-off, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. He got the perfect send-off with a win. Well, maybe not the perfect one on a personal level, because he would have loved to have scored, I imagine. But we got the win, so that's all that matters, really. But yeah, it would have been nice if he had got a goal. Rafinha gets a man of the match, of course, got 2 goals tonight. So, yeah, of course, he's going to be the man of the match, realistically. Good win. It was indeed, Mike. It was a very good win. Even though, of course, at this stage of the season, there's nothing left to play for. But, yeah, still a good win. Still a very good win. There's like the ultras section have put up a display for Lewandowski. I can't understand it, but it's probably just like saying he's a legend or whatever. He's not. He is not. Yes, he's a bit washed now, I'll admit that. But he is still a top quality. Well, his name still deserves respect. And you gotta remember, he joined us when we were in a very dark place. Where we were nowhere near where we should be. And as Lewandowski said in his Instagram post when he announced he was leaving, the club is back where it belongs, competing for the best titles. And he was a very, very, very big part of that. So shout outs to Lewa. Shout outs to Lewandowski for that, 100%. 100%. Yeah, surely you have to give a speech, Lewa. He has to give a speech. We want speech. We want a speech. Yeah, anyway, I've got to do the match review now. So, yeah, that's where we're going to leave this watch along for today, guys. Thanks to everyone who's watched. Thanks to Mike, CP, Commento, Little Tasty. You are now Manually Believering. Anybody else that was here at any point in time on Twitch or the YouTube. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you all next Saturday for our final game of the season up against Valencia. Vamos!